I like this. This is cool. Seeing just the circle of life of music, I guess you could call it. I don't even know how to explain it, but there's like, kind of a wink, back and forth between Olivia and Noah Khan, and their friendship as musicians, and their appreciation of each other's music and their art. It's really cool to see in the aspect like we saw maybe a month and a half ago. Olivia Rodrigo covered "Stick Season" by Noah Khan, and now here he is in the BBC radio studio. Which, first of all, for Noah, that is so cool, man. Like, it is a tremendous honor to be, have the opportunity to play in the BBC. Like, huge names have like everybody that's an artist plays there. Like, all the major artists play there, and now he's playing there himself, and now he has also the opportunity to do a cover, and it's cool that he's doing "Lacy" by Olivia Rodrigo, kind of like this nod back and forth. I think it's really cool. Now, I don't know how these get set up because I don't know if you need essentially clearance to do it, like if the label has to approve it, whether it be Noah's label approving him covering somebody else's song, or even to some degree like Olivia's label approving somebody else covering the song. Because I know, for example, Kelly Clarkson, she has her TV show. She does these things called Kellyokies, where essentially they're 1 minute covers of other people's songs. And she starts every single one of her shows with that. But every single cover that is released has to be approved or cleared through the record labels communicating to each other. So I'm curious if it's different for YouTube and BBC Radio, or if it's the same process. That also being said is they very well could be on the same label, and this could be like a label collaboration, within the actual label, just like promoting each other, the two artists, on the same label. So I don't know the answer to that, but I'm very curious, and I'm very much looking forward to checking out his cover of it. So let's see what we got. This is Noah Khan covering "Lacy." Such a different vibe, man.
Lacy, oh lacy, skin like puff pastry. Aren't you the sweetest thing on this side of hell? Dear angel Lacy, eyes white as daisies. Did I ever tell you that I'm not doing well?
Oh, interesting setup here. This is a very interesting. Okay, so this is like a typical live studio setup. So this is really interesting. This is not the typical live lounge, but this would be a typical live studio setup, like when artists or bands record live, which you don't see too much anymore. It's more so tracking with bands where they'll like, the guitarist will come in and track, then the drummer will come in and track, like, and whatever, or the keyboardist will like. But some bands still do track together as a band. And what you would do with that is you would be able to hear essentially like you're playing live essentially, as a band, and you're tracking separately. But these walls here are dividers, so it reduces the bleed. And one of the problems of live recording is something called bleed. And the benefits to like tracking single tracks by itself is like you get such a cleaner sound for everything. There's no snare drum being heard in the guitar microphone, or there's no acoustic guitar being picked up by the singer's microphone, right? It's a cleaner sound, but you also lose the feel of playing as a band. So this is a cool way to do it, and a lot of like you'll see them do this. They'll either be in separate rooms or like these semi rooms where like they're behind these walls. Oftentimes though, you'll usually have a window in the wall so you could see the other band members. So I'm surprised you don't, because it kind of isolates you a little bit, being just behind a wall. I'm like, like there's a wall on the other side of this camera, and it'd be like, imagine playing like, and you can't see the people. You just, I don't know. Maybe that would increase your other senses of listening. I don't know, but that is interesting. But that is what that wall is there for. But I've never seen the studio room.
Ooh, I care, like perfume that you wear. I linger all the time, watching hidden in plain sight. Ooh, I try, but it takes over my life. I see you everywhere, the sweetest torture one could bear.
Okay, let's talk about that really quick. A couple things. One, very, very, very typical Olivia Rodrigo chord right there. Like I think it goes major to minor right there. Noah has such a distinct voice, which is cool. I like this Lee jacket actually with the N for, I'm assuming Noah. That's really cool. It's also cool to hear cover songs are really interesting because they kind of have the opportunity to really change meaning and power depending on who's singing it. Like, you know, this song means something very specific, you know, when Olivia sings it, but then when like somebody else sings it, it means a totally different perspective, and it's interesting to kind of hear the two different perspectives as they go on.
They see I'm losing it lately. I feel your compliments like bullets on the skin.
The guitar is great.
Part of reincarnate. Well, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist? Ooh, I care.
That melody, okay, a couple questions. First of all, that melody kind of sounds like, ooh, I fall apart, right to my core, the Post Malone song. A similar melody. These backup singers look very familiar, and I can't tell if I've seen them in videos with Noah or if they are like the designated live lounge backup singers. I can't tell. Does anybody know the answer to that?
Like ribbons in your hair, my stomach's all in knots. You got the one thing that I want. Ooh, I try to rationalize. People are people, but it's like you're made of.
That's cool. The layered vocals. Oh, the acoustics are really mixed well. You don't hear any bass actually. I want to hear more bass. Very low. Come on. Wow, see, and Noah's in that room over there. Like, see, unless he's over here in the bottom and it's just a reflection, like, everybody's so separated. That's totally the same melody that I Fall Apart. That's cool. Musical pull out. Yeah. That was cool. Nice. Arrangement on this is cool. You poison every little thing that I do. Guitar riff in the left ear. And I despise my jealous eyes and how much they fell for you. I despise my rotten mind and how much it worships you. Ooh, and the resolution. He flips between his head voice and his chest voice really, really, really cleanly. He's got a really great transition between those two parts of his vocals. This was such a cool cover, man. First of all, again, back to that nod. I think it's really cool, the nod that he and Olivia covering each other's songs. I just think that's really cool. And then on top of that, it changes meaning because, like, you know, him from his perspective singing that song about a girl versus Olivia singing that song about a girl, it has very different meanings, and it's a very interesting concept. So I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know if you enjoyed the cover, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Want to check out my music? My name is Jacob Restituto. Have a great day. God bless and peace out.